And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Love going to throw right away. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. To pass, here's Jordan Love. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown, Packers. Tucker Kraft, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now McCarthy. Flush to his right. And his throw here is incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Packers defense. This unit 3rd best in the NFL in stopping the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now 3rd down and 7. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 48 yards. Love. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Second and 10. To throw now. Here's Love. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Love, he's going to change the play here. Back to throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. On now is the Packers punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down.
Well, so much for being backed up against their goal line to start the drive. He gave him some breathing room and then some. I think the defense really got caught thinking safety, trying to stack the line of scrimmage. And oftentimes, if you can get past the initial grouping, there's a lot of room to run. The defense actually fortunate that didn't go farther.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. On play action, McCarthy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. Still going. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, 74 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to...
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Well, so often now we're praising tight ends for their nimbleness and how they catch the ball downfield. But occasionally we get a reminder that tight ends, they've got that tough guy aspect too. How about him catching that short one there, shaking off tacklers, and turning that into an expansive gain downfield.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
You look at this Packers defense.
They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it is caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for Minnesota. 48 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Chubb will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
For as good as Nick Chubb is in the open field, he's every bit as good when they line him up down near the goal line. He's a speed back between the 20s, but a power back down close, and he forces his way into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
To throw, here's Willis. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first two tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
From the gun, here's Willis. Powers through it. That is caught. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Willis.
Escaping the pressure right.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Dancing to his left.
A good decision in the end. The pull it and run gets him 9 yards and a first.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Now Willis.
Flushed out right.
Pushing through the contact. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll go down at the 28. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
Now Love.
Eluding the pressure right.
He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line. A first carry for the all-pro running back. It's Josh Jacobs.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Love going to give it up on a touch pass. He's into the secondary.
And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown.
Josh Jacobs.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Devontae Wyatt breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Here's McCarthy. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers will take over possession here up at the 44.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Tucker Kraft.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
To the air with McCarthy.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Check. 18 back.
Throwing is McCarthy.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 43.
McCarthy operating from the gun.
Flushed out right. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. They go up the middle with Chubb. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard.
Operating from the gun.
McCarthy.
Bind. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Jordan Addison.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Love now. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air, never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Love from the gun. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the 2nd half. Muscles by at the 25.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
He lets one go deep for Addison.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Third down from the gun, McCarthy. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Now inside the 25.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
And now a carry here for the fullback. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Rolling to his left. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
Throwing. Love.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Here's Jacobs. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Packers use the short field to get in for 6.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And bulldozing his way through.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Now McCarthy.
Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to...
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. They'll try and run with their fullback. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Love, they go play action now. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Working out of the gun. Love. Being chased out left.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's fourth down.
So now on fourth down, Mike McCarthy will turn to his field goal unit. He connected on his first, this from 41. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard, and while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Up the middle, it's Chubb.
And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
He gets it to Addison.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 19.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
Escaping the pressure right.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Justin Jefferson
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Vikings are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will shrink to 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
They go play action with Willis.
Dancing to his left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
His fourth rushing touchdown on the year, his fifth overall. And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Oh, some strong running. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Throwing again, McCarthy.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
On play action, McCarthy. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw, McCarthy.
Flushed out right.
That is caught.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's McCarthy.
And it's caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. his first touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action this time with Love. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Love. Flush to his right. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And this will kick out of bounds inside the 5. Talk about disaster averted as they hold on to the football. On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
To the air with McCarthy. Middle of the field to Jefferson.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
And he stopped immediately there. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Throwing is McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Lucas Van Ness getting free there to bring him down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up. Give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here we go, 1st and goal.
He's back to throw. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. Able to connect with Jacobs.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Love.
His throw incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. Now Love.
Forced out to his left.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he will get out of bounds here as well. What a play. Big yardage. They stop the clock, and they move it to the boundary of field goal range as well. Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Here's Love.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
The Packer offense and Jordan Love staying out there, so they're going to try to go for 2.
They'll look to throw. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25.
And he's going to be shoved out, but not before he gets this down to the 20-yard line. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Here's 1st down.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here's second and a yard.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down one. It's tempting to go for two. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And he is into the end zone. No flags. And there may be a play away from winning the football game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
One last shot now for Love. Steps away to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Vikings, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.